Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Ünal, my dear friend and a distinguished scholar, a while ago invited all of you to our residence for a dinner. That's true, but there is no free dinner. So the first thing that you should do, you need to listen to me. You need to bear with me. So I hope it won't take long, because I was the spokesperson of the Foreign Ministry for many years. I like speaking. And I was paid for speaking. The only person who could stop me is my wife. And the mistake part of this whole thing, Dr. Ünal, you talked about your mistakes. The biggest mistake is that you did not invite her. So that makes your job even more difficult. Deputy Minister Kavranoğlu, the Dean has gone, but where is... Oh, I'm sorry. Dean Anand, members of the Turkish American Scientists and Scholars Association, distinguished guests. In 1921, Albert Einstein visited the US for the first time to attend annual meeting of National Academy of Sciences. After sitting through a series of very long speeches by others, like myself, he reportedly said, "I have just got a new theory of eternity." So I will do my best to heed this cautionary tale. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere affection to all of you. I wish you all a successful meeting. We will have a chance to discuss a variety of issues during the conference. This conference will shine an important light on the increasing presence of Turkish scientists on the world scene. At the same time, high-level representation of my government by Deputy Minister Kavranoğlu and President of Higher Educational Council, Professor Çetin Saya, will enable us to turn the synergy of this conference into applicable policies that will increase scientific cooperation between Turkey and the US. Ladies and gentlemen, Turkey is a prominent international actor. Today, Turkey is the 16th largest economy in the world and the 6th within Europe. In recent years, Turkish economy has been the fastest growing in Europe, and it is second worldwide, only after China. We are also proud that our beloved country is a secular democracy based on the rule of law. My country, men and women are free to vote, express their views, invest and pursue their dreams. Turkey proves that modernity, democracy, and Islam can coexist. It is the only fully Western-style liberal democracy among 57 predominantly Muslim nations. In fact, today, many observers are pointing to the Turkey a source of inspiration for the nations that have undergone historic transformations over the last year. We have worked hard in Turkey to achieve what we have up to now, but we are well aware that at a time of strong global competition, there are few things as fundamental to the success of our country as scientific research and a good education at all levels. As we have seen in the US and many other places around the world, science and education are the keys to ensuring that we succeed in the next century. That we become one of the leading countries in developing and technologies, business and industries of the future. The pursuit of research and development will fuel our prosperity and our success as a nation. This is why my government has put such a focus on education and science at every level. While financial consideration force many countries to cut the budget of education, in Turkey, we have been increasing the funds allocated for educational institutions. Today, there are more than 160 universities in Turkey. Turkish scholars in and outside Turkey research, publish, and teach more and better. Their efforts will determine our role in the 21st century global scene. We are committed to being among leaders in the world in scientific and technological innovation, to further invest in education and in research. Ladies and gentlemen, most of the potential and real threats that factor in the Western world's security assessments take place on Turkey's doorsteps. In such an environment, Turkey and America find each other valuable and trusted partners. The US and Turkey have powerful and functioning market economies. We are both strong democracies. We both respect universal values such as human rights, rule of law, and respect for cultural as well as religious pluralism. Today, we uphold those very same values as two prominent NATO allies engaged in important struggles in Afghanistan and other unstable lands. We are fighting against terrorism and violent extremism. We work together to ease the cultural tension between East and the West. We work together to ease the economic tension between the North and the South. In short, the time-tested alliance between Turkey and the United States makes a real and tangible difference in the world. Besides the cooperation between the two states, I should also touch upon the important role the Turkish Americans and Turkish citizens living in this country play in bridging the two countries. Today, number of Turkish Americans exceed 300,000, and there are more than 300 Turkish American organizations established at every corner of the United States. Their growing numbers and high visibility are strong indications of a better future for the Turkish-American strategic and model partnership. They contribute to improving daily life all over the US as successful business leaders, entrepreneurs, scientists, doctors, educators, artists, athletes, and elected officials. American people take care of their bodies following the recommendations of Dr. Öz. A symbol of American life, the Coca-Cola company is directed by another Turkish citizen, Muhtar Kent. I have watched with great interest the many shoppers striding through Georgetown carrying books by Turkish novelists. And like most Turks, I am gratified to see fans cheer for the growing number of Turkish players in the NBA. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to say that academia is one of the major fields where presence of Turkish Americans and Turkish citizens make a real difference. Turkey is among the top 10 places of origin for international students attending universities in the US. And in 2010 and 11 academic year, more than 13,000 Turkish citizens were enrolled in US universities, more than all other European countries. Turkey is also among the top 15 countries of origin for international scholars teaching at US universities. Last year, more than 2,000 Turkish citizens taught in the US. These figures are even higher with the American scholars and students of Turkish origin. The scientists of the Turkish community in the US have much to celebrate. They publish their works at the most prestigious academic journals and teach at best universities across the US. Last year, US President Barack Obama honored a Turkish scientist with the Presidential Early Career Award for scientists and engineers. Dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, today we are joined by Turkish scientists, many of them leading names in their fields. You are incredibly talented people. You are expanding the frontiers of human knowledge. You inspire young people from different nations to pursue that knowledge, and the time you spend in a small lab or office conducting an experiment or writing a piece of software or writing an article or reading among the dusty shelves of a library makes real changes. This is why the commitment of our nation for a better future will be further strengthened by the contribution of Turkish scientists in America. I'm not going to ask you to leave the opportunities provided by the American universities. And Gökhan knows this very well. This will not be realistic. But I want to persuade you to spend time in Turkey, talking and showing young people your achievements and provide them with an idea of the best education they can receive. I hope you will attend the conferences in Turkey, teach at summer school, or most preferably spend your sabbaticals at Turkish universities. There are hundreds of thousands of young people in Turkey who will greatly benefit and inspire from your expertise. Share with them your experience in America. Anybody with a good idea can prosper here. Anybody with talent can succeed. That's the promise of America. And that's why it is so important that you, who have succeeded here, open a channel of cooperation to promote science in your homeland. I believe this will be a mutually beneficial exercise, as you will probably discover young talents who will be your future PhD assistants. You can also encourage your foreign colleagues to teach and research in Turkey. Advise your students to join student exchange programs. This will help them and us to better understand each other. Distinguished friends, dear guests, professors, I would like to thank University of Maryland for hosting this wonderful event. Every year, Turkey sends scores of students to University of Maryland. Turkish students consistently rank among the top 5 countries doing so. University of Maryland equally has a prominent cadre of Turkish faculty and has signed exchange agreements with leading Turkish universities. I'm looking forward to expanding and deepening these collaborations. I would also like to thank the organizers of this conference. It's so important, ladies and gentlemen, to express our appreciation to many people, starting from Professor Murat Tarımcılar, who happens to be a good friend of mine, of course, not to mention Dr. Inal and others, all volunteers, students who have put a lot of effort into this organization. America is known as land of opportunities, which rewards anyone who works hard and gets organized. This is particularly true for different ethnic groups living in the United States. For relatively small and new groups like Turkish Americans, who are not as populous and old as some others in the US, unified and organized stance is further important to benefit fully from the existing opportunities. This is why the Turkish American organizations are of vital importance, and Turkish American Scientists and Scholars Association is a perfect example. TASSA was created with a vision to build a sustainable science bridge between the US and Turkey. This bridge is intended to facilitate the flow of people, knowledge, and technologies. I'm pleased to observe that TASSA provides a dynamic platform for American, Turkish, and Turkish American scientists and scholars to facilitate cultural exchanges, enhance learning opportunities, and contribute to the global scientific achievements. This conference will further help this aim by bringing together the brightest Turkish American minds and providing unparalleled opportunities to share ideas, collaborate, and make lasting professional and personal connections. The collaboration of TASSA makes possible is an excellent example of how academic partnerships can strengthen and advance learning, innovation, and understanding between different countries, and bolster already strong and multifaceted relationship between the US and Turkey. It is important that partnerships between countries go beyond political and military alliances and evolve into genuine, mutually beneficial partnerships that are comprised of academic, cultural, and economic and social connections. This conference will raise public awareness both in Turkey and the US about the achievements of Turkish scientists and receive the attention you deserve. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, as the highest representative of my government in this country, I have one modest wish from you. I hope that at the next conference of TASSA, we will be joined by Turkish Nobel laureates in these sciences. Thank you all for your present and future research.